And welcome back. It is a daily tip from BetQL presented by BetMGM. Great to have you with us on a Wednesday. Coming up in just moments, we're going to try and go 2-0 with our best bets. Chelsea, we were talking about a process or whatever routine you have in the morning to get up because we get up so early, and I was thinking about it. You said you've been listening to music, which I think is a good one. It's hard at 3 in the morning, but sometimes whatever it takes to get going. Have you seen one of those clocks that they have? A friend of mine recommended this to me, but I don't know if I'm sold on it, where it slowly begins to light up like the sunrise. So you wake up more naturally because you have this supposed natural light slowly beginning to emanate from this device. And then you're waking up like the sun is rising. But to me, I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't seem real to me. It's 3 in the morning. Do you think this would help?
I don't think my husband would appreciate that at 3:15 in the morning. Say, good morning, honey. I know you're not waking up, but I am. So I'm going to put the sunshine in both of our faces. And also my daughter sleeps in the same room as well. So the family probably would not appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. It's just me. Maybe I'll do that. Here's something I missed. You know what I haven't had in a week because I've been working from home? A Red Bull or a Monster. I've been slumming it over here with coffee and water. So I don't know what to do with myself. Normally I have to have the Red Bull to wake up. Instead, I'm going with the old cup of Joe, which is normally what you go with.
That's probably a lot cheaper, right? Do you just drink black hot coffee? That's what I imagine you drinking.
Yes, that is.
Folgers?
It's not Folgers. It's Dunkin' Donuts from CVS because I'm a class guy.
Ooh, normally I do like Dunkin'.
I normally put cream and sugar in my coffee, but I don't like the creamer I have this week, so I'm going black, but I rarely go black. So that's generally what I go with. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not even going to say
I knew you're going to. I was like, I'm setting her up. She's going to say it. I can hear myself.
Nope.
All right. Very good.
Stop myself. But I don't really like hot coffee in the morning. I like iced coffee. I'm very much an iced coffee person. I feel like people who like iced coffee drink iced coffee no matter what the weather is outside. Are you like that?
I love iced coffee. Whenever I'm out, I hardly ever get hot coffee. But then for some reason, I'm at home. I guess I can make iced coffee here. Maybe I'll start doing that. I'm all over the place this morning. I need a new routine. Maybe that'll do it.
Yeah. And I think the hardest part for me is not drinking too much coffee during the show because I like to have some coffee after the show. And so you've got to balance, your allowance for coffee because, the worst is when you drink too much and then it's just anxiety through the roof because you think it's just more energy, but instead you're shaking and just nervous about everything.
That's what I'm doing right now. And I need to sleep. I'm dying to sleep more, and it'll take a couple hours to come down from these shakes that I got. Coming up next on BetQL Daily, Kevin Durant drops 41, but the Pistons cover against the Nets, and don't we know it? The Joes and Aaron discuss whether too much is being put on KD's shoulders. And if you missed our debate over whether the Packers will regress without a legitimate receiver, download and subscribe to Daily Tip wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, Chelsea, it's that time. Let's find out who we have the most faith in today.
Today's best bets.
All right, Chelsea, we're going to start with you. Home last night, but your picks have been pretty good, so give us a dub.
Disclaimer, Surgeon General's warning. Haven't been great in the NBA lately. College picks have been great, but we don't have any college games that I like today. So looking at the NBA, I'm going to go with old reliable, the unfadable Boston Celtics, and knock on wood, because I know I just jinxed myself. But the Celtics laying 4.5 against Miami today, especially at home. I like the C's here. Looking at that last game in which Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown both didn't play, and they still almost beat the Raptors. My goodness, because they have such a deep team. Marcus Smart has really come along as a scoring option. He had over 20 points in that one. Just the way the Celtics are playing right now, and especially against top-tier competition. If you look at their games against the best teams in the NBA, wins over the Sixers, the Nuggets, the Nets, the Grizzlies. So this is a team that plays their best when they're facing even the best of competition. So I know that the Heat are one of the top teams in the East, but it's a team that's really been on the struggle bus lately. And I'm sorry, but, their last win over, who was it? The Spurs? No, Sacramento. It's not really easing my mind when wanting to take points with the Heat here, because over the 4 games before that, they had a 4-game losing streak and averaging only 102 points in those 4 games. So offensively, they need to get something going. And I don't think it's going to be the case when they're going against one of the tougher defensive teams in the entire NBA. So I think it's going to be tough sledding for this Heat offense. I'm going to roll with the Celtics here at home, laying the 4.5.
Elsa, I like that pick quite a bit. I don't know how you can fade Boston with the way they've been playing. Of course, I'm going to go back to the ice. Finally got a dub and ended that losing streak last night, so let's put together 2 in a row. Tonight, I'm looking at you, Motown, and that weirdo wearing the Red Wings sweater all over Nashville. What are you doing, guy? Rangers, Red Wings in Detroit. Blue shirts minus 200 on the money line. The Red Wings are plus 165. Total set at 6. It's juiced to the over. I think that's the right side here. In fact, I expect this to maybe get up to 6.5, just based on the fact, Chelsea, that the Wings are the worst defensive club in the NHL. They've given up 18 goals in their last 3 games, which is insane. Now, part of that is skewed by the fact that they got destroyed by the Pens 11-2 on Sunday. You know how hard it is to lose a hockey game 11-2, but we shouldn't be surprised because the Red Wings have the worst D in the NHL. They allow 3.8 goals per game. They're welcoming a Rangers team tonight. I've seen some money on the Wings at plus money just because it's the back end of a back-to-back for the Rangers, but you can't deny that New York is playing very good hockey. They've won 3 straight, 7 of their last 9, making a move in the Metropolitan Division, and I think that power play that they have, second best in the league, can overwhelm Detroit in spots. I like the over, minus 120 at BetMGM. Let's make it 2 in a row.
Ooh, 2 in a row. That's called a streak, my
monster
friend.
streak. Monster
God.
streak.
All right, 8 Ball. Do we like the Celtics tonight? Laying the 4.5 against the Heat. 8 Ball says, better not tell you now. All right, so we're going to try again, 8 Ball. My sources say no.
Wow.
Cool.
Didn't this guy doubt me last night and I came home? I'll take that trick. Just keep fading me all you want, 8 Ball.
Well, he was fading me.
Oh.
So now what was your pick? The Rangers?
Yep, Rangers, Red Wings over.
Oh, it's the over. Okay,
over.
Rangers, Red Wings, over 6.5. 8 Ball, do we like it? Don't count on it.
Chelsea, this is how I know that you weren't listening to my pick. You said over 6.5, and I said I expect this to get to 6.5, but I'm going over 6. When I talk hockey, that is meme time for you. I mean, you completely zone out.
No, it's just time where I think about nothing. Because sometimes I'm looking at memes, but occasionally, like, your brain needs a break. I can't be thinking about things all the time. So do you want me to ask the 8 Ball again? Is that what you're saying?
No, I actually think it's good. So if ever, are you rolling your eyes? I'm just saying that next time there's dead air on our radio show, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna say Chelsea's brain needs a break. She doesn't want to talk right now. She doesn't want to think right now. And so I'll know that moving forward.
Yeah, it's like those commercials for that Mindspace app where they're just playing like rainforest sounds. And you know what? I kind of like it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, if you want to see the Magic 8 Ball, you certainly can. All you have to do is log on to Twitch or use the Twitch app. Oh, look at Chelsea. She's modeling the 8 Ball right now. How can you not log on? Twitch.tv/BetQL. That's Twitch.tv/BetQL. Take a picture. Chelsea, you could sell 8 balls like hotcakes if you actually own the 8 Ball. Maybe you could buy 8 balls and then resell them.
Yeah, I want to sell 8 balls on the street. I'm going to put that in my Christmas card because nobody's going to take that the wrong way.
No, not at all. I'm trying to set you up for success, and I keep failing here. Time now for your BetQL 5-star best bet for insight, analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets. You can download the BetQL app. Before we look ahead, let's look back to last night. BetQL 5-star best bets went 0-2. Donkster, you may not be here, but you're still churning out the bad bets. Oh, what? What? You can't make bets because you're hungry? Oh, well, maybe you're staying hungry because you're making bad bets. You ever think about that, Donkster? Mm-hmm. You know your father's
Here's
right.
my advice for the Donkster. Losers make excuses. Winners make it happen. So nobody cares about your stomach growling, donkey.
Oh, Chelsea, normally you're the one providing moral support. I love you coming down on the Donkster, providing that tough love because, listen, normally it's good cop, bad cop with you and me. Now it's bad cop, bad cop.
Do you have his place? Because I have a couple of prop spots if we have time. So get to the donkey's place.
I didn't realize you had a couple props. You're like, okay, the Donkster has 5-star best bets. Here are 2 that are against the spread. Cavaliers plus 4.5 hosting the Mavs. I don't like that. I think the Mavs probably cover that number because the Cavs are so bad right now. And Raptors laying 2.5, hosting the Wolves. Chelsea, what do you got?
Yeah, a couple of good spots for props tonight. They are not listed as of now, so that kind of sucks. But I do think Clint Capella has a big night for the Hawks, the center, and his rebounding prop. If you look against Oklahoma City, they're allowing the most rebounds to centers over their last 30 and 15 games. So Oklahoma City is certainly tanking. Clint Capella is an absolute rebounding machine against Oklahoma City. Last time out, he had 14 boards, and over his last 10, he's averaging 10.8 rebounds per game and 12.1 on the road. So I think he's in a good spot for rebounds. If it's at 12, I think you take it. It's tough when there's no number. And also our dude, Thomas Satoransky, or
Saturansky.
God, he had 10 assists last night.
You called
we
it.
Talk about a point guard who is now starting for the Wizards. I think maybe his assist prop is a good one to look at. Again, see if the books have finally adjusted, because he's had 6, 7, and now 10 assists in his last 3 games.
Well, you finding that is pretty impressive. That is a real degen. That's a real sports bettor that you can find a prop on Satoransky. And by the way, it hit, so I'm not knocking you. Those are sometimes the best props to find, players that maybe you're not paying attention to, guys that are normally off the radar, then all of a sudden you find good value.
Yeah, so the books start posting the player props earlier so I can give them out. I know the injury report's not out. That's probably not why they're doing it, but it would be nice because I do like playing props.
Chelsea, well done. Nothing says let's support our sponsor by yelling at them and saying, get those numbers up sooner. I need the action. Coming up next on BetQL Daily, Giannis with a massive block on Joel Embiid, and the Bucks beat the 76ers. The Joes and Aaron debate how much we can take from that game and then apply ahead to the NBA playoffs. She's Chelsea Messenger. I'm Michael Jenkins. This is the Daily Tip for BetQL presented by BetMGM. We will see you bright and early tomorrow at 6 a.m. Good luck on all of your bets.